Arresting the four guys will not change anything. The film is already out there. People have watched it. They have repeated watching it again and again. So it doesn't make any sense. I saw the Homa Bay Town MP Peter Kaluma and Dagoretti South John Kiare criticizing the Blood Parliament documentary, saying the BBC the BBC document is just one-sided. Why should they wait for the BBC to give out the document so that they can start debating about it? When the youth died, did they debate about their families, the families of these youth that lost their loved ones? Has there been any compensation of these families? No family has been compensated ever up to now. I think right now the government. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to News Time Studios. Na nimepata habari kuwa the Blood Parliament filmmakers have been arrested. This is Nicholas Gichuki, Brian Adagala, Mark Denver na Chris Wamae. So right now Gichuki and Adagala are being detained at Pangani Police Station. Na Chris and Mark are being detained at Mdega Police Station. Lawyer ameweza confirm these guys were raided kule Karen at their studios. And their hard drives have been confiscated by the police officer. So I'm just wondering because how can the government kill, butcher the Gen Zs, then after BBC has shown us what happened during that day, they have gone a step ahead to arrest the filmmakers, the guys who are involved in making this film of BBC Blood Parliament. So I'm wondering hii serikali yetu ambayo tuko nayo, instead of being even remorseful, instead of apologizing, instead of sympathizing with the families ambazo zilipoteza watoto wao during the Gen Z protest, they have gone ahead to arrest the guys that showed us how police murdered these guys. So this regime, this government doesn't care about the youth, doesn't care about the Gen Z generation, because we have seen recently if an MP by bad luck dies or they lose their family members, Gen Zs, especially the Gen Zs, are celebrating each and every time. And you can ask yourself, why are these people or the Gen Z or Kenyans celebrating whenever an MP has lost his close family member or an MP has lost his life? People are celebrating because the government has shown people that they don't care about them anymore. They just care about themselves. You can see recently the MP for Kasipul, Mr. Charles Were, died recently after being shot by a non-gunman. People from his own constituency who are celebrating. Why? Why are they celebrating? That's the question the MPs should be asking themselves, or the leaders should be asking themselves. Why are Kenyans celebrating whenever misfortune befalls them? Why are Kenyans celebrating? Because the MPs have shown Kenyans that they don't care about them. They don't care about them at all. They just care about themselves, their own interests. Remember when this MP was shot, the police or the DCI ran very fast to the scene, tried to see how these gunmen were trailing this MP up to the point they gunned him down. But when the Gen Zs were killed, did you see any DCI to the scene trying to find out who killed these Gen Zs? Did you see? You didn't see. Now, that's the reason why many Kenyans of the Gen Z are celebrating whenever they see these MPs in trouble. Because the government or the MPs or the leaders have shown them that they don't care about them, the Gen Zs. They don't care about Kenyans. They don't give them the first priority that they deserve. That's why they're celebrating. So this should be a wake-up call. These four guys. They participated in making the film, the BBC Blood Parliament documentary. They participated in making it, and we have the freedom of press. So I don't see any crime that they have committed, although we have not seen their charge sheet. I don't know why are they being detained, because the police has not shown any reason for their arrest. So I'm just urging the government, I'm just urging the leaders, I'm just urging our members of parliament at least to have, let me say, sense of humanity whenever these Gen Zs are asking for accountability. The government should be able to listen to the youth predicaments. They should be able to listen what the youth want. They should be able to prove to Kenyans that this government that they can be accountable for their action. They can be accountable for whatever leadership position they are in. So that's the problem this government is facing right now. Most of the leaders are not accountable. Most of the leaders, they are not accountable on their duties that they are being mandated by Kenyans to perform. So arresting the four guys will not change anything. The film is already out there. People have watched it. They have repeated watching it again and again. So it doesn't make any sense. I saw the Homa Bay Town MP Peter Kaluma and Dagoretti South John Kiare criticizing the Blood Parliament documentary, saying the BBC did not. The BBC document is just one-sided. Why should they wait for the BBC to give out the document so that they can start debating about it? When the youth died, did they debate about their families, the families of these youth that lost their loved ones? Has there been any compensation of these families? No family has been compensated ever up to now. I think right now the government should be talking about compensating the families of these Gen Zs that lost their loved ones. That's the priority right now. The government should be prioritizing that. They should be talking about how they are going to compensate their families, not going ahead and arresting these guys who prepared this film. That will not solve anything. In fact, it might make things worse. So whoever is advising this government should, I think, consider the aspect of Gen Z. They should consider the aspect of young Kenyans. They should consider the aspect of all Kenyans of goodwill. What are the demands of Kenyans? What's their priority? What are they demanding? What can this government do to make sure that whatever they are doing to the interest of the people? So we shall be following this story closely to see if these guys have been released, because detaining them for just making a film, I think that's against the law. The government has not even told us why are they arresting them. So we shall be following keenly on this story. So make sure you have subscribed to this channel. We shall keep you updated wherever we get the latest updates.